like Sunday, said Jane. It's the best day of the week. Why is Sunday the best day? Because you get to go to church and learn about God.
That's right. Seth was actually the one that came to me and asked about Dpca. He, I think, was feeling like he needed something different. There was something missing. And he wasn't really quite sure what it was, so it was interesting that God was already tugging on his heart and pulling him in this direction.
Mainly, I know that Nicole is around Christians and Christian families and people that care about their children and discipline. And
it's already so clear to me that every student that goes here is so loved, and they know that.
A verse. Have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23.
When I first brought the kids here, I kind of stood on the sidelines just to kind of watch and see what it was all about. And the more I saw, the more I liked.
They've known most of the kids that go here. They've known them through their whole lives, or at least for a number of years. So even though I'm just coming in this year, I do still feel that personal relationship.
These kids, that a lot of them have gone to school together for most of their life, and to see them connect in a new way because of giving space for them to tell their own story and have a voice.
With Bree, she used to be so shy in the public schools. She wouldn't really talk, and the teachers would say, we really don't know if she's grasping anything because she really doesn't talk. But here, she feels safe. She just is so outgoing, and she really has fun. And that's one of the things that, for me as a parent, I feel like for them to be in a loving environment and to not only receive love, but give love, and it's genuine, and the friendships are strong here, not only with each other, but with the teachers. That is just so worth it.
My classes, I'm easily distracted, and the kids know that. They can ask me a current event or ask me a question about faith, ask me a question about anything, and we'll get into a discussion.
They also teach us life lessons and stuff like that. It's awesome.
When we're meeting with a student and there's life issues at stake, there's a foundation to work from. We can talk about biblical principles, we can talk about character growth, we can talk about the importance of honoring God with our stewardship, we can talk about the importance of having a relationship with the Lord, and that being the starting place for all these other things.
In this school, the faculty is God-based. We're all on the same page. And any kid can come to any of us, and they're going to get the same type of faith answer, which is, believe in God, put your trust in God, and, be smart, because He wants you to be smart.
These students are really earnestly seeking and doing so in different ways. And meeting them in that process is really exciting to me, and I'm glad I get to be a part of that.
For Seth, when he came, there was just something tugging on his heart. Something was God tugging on him. And of course, there was a function at the beginning of his sophomore year that he went to, and he came back and he said, Mom, I gave my life to Jesus. And I'm like, that's so cool. And of course, coming back, he was still trying to figure that out. But then with EMH, it was the Grand Canyon trip that finally did it for him. And he just became really serious with his relationship with Christ. Sorry.
I mean, God is just always involved in every single class, and especially with EMH, you just grow really close to God because there's always devotions and stuff, and it's just an awesome opportunity to be able to have that integrated in your everyday classes and life and everything.
And they have that time alone with God every day, and sorry. You can really see that sink in. you so happy, as a parent, because it was never the same after that for him.
And if they learn Jesus Christ is a part of everything that they do, is awesome compared to trying to separate it, because you can't separate it. And I think that that's what the public schools are trying to do, is trying to separate it, and it just doesn't work. To make your child the very best person they can be, it has to be all together.
So you're not just focusing on wanting kids to walk away with knowledge, you get to care about them growing and becoming as people, and you're able to have a really deep concern for character alongside information.
Honestly, just being in Christian education, I just feel like I get to teach the whole child everything about them.
Because the school is special, the teachers are special. They have something to offer. It's really a hidden gem here in our county and here in our area. And it would be awesome to see more kids come here for that experience. To be able to go out and be leaders in our community.
God's given us lives. God's given us redemption. He's brought us into His kingdom. And we know from Scripture that our joy, our task, our love offering back to the Lord is to give back to Him these brief little earthly lives that He's given us. And I need to invest. I need to make this life count. We have a banner over our doors inside. It says, only one life, 'twill soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. Let's make this count. Let's invest in ways that matter, that share God's love and faithfulness with others, that bring others into His kingdom. And so that's what we're about, this sense of equipping to say, hey, we want you guys to lead the way, to be salt, to be light, to be effective kingdom builders in our country, in our culture, and around the world, wherever God leads. And that does strike me as urgent.
I can only imagine what it would have been like for him to go here from preschool all the way. But just within that short amount of time, God has a plan for all of us. So, His plan was for Seth to come later. That was just worth it enough to know that, God called him here for a reason. So am I all in for Darren Patterson? Yeah, definitely.